35 miles north, or 35 minutes, north of Arcata. We will turn onto Davison Road, which goes through the elk meadow, and today there are elk.
What?
No.
No.
I thought I saw elk. No, we haven't seen elk up here for quite some time. But
Not right here, but we do see them.
But up ahead here, there's a big parking area with bathrooms and picnic tables, and that is where we will begin our hike. Alright, so here we are at the trailhead, basically. We're going to go to Trillium Falls. It's it's a 1/10 of a mile to the falls, but then the trail goes on.
Trail.
And it becomes, to the trail.
To the trail, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the trail goes on a long ways after the falls. And you can actually walk up to Lady Bird Johnson Grove from here,
Wow.
which is really quite an uphill climb. I forget how long the trail is. It says 3 miles here. I think that might be what it is, just to get up there. But we're not going to do that. We're going to Trillium Falls. So here we go. So right up here is where we leave this paved trail and head up into the woods. Doesn't take long on this trail before the alders give way to the big trees, the redwoods and spruce. So the first part of the trail climbs quite a bit through a series of switchbacks and up through the redwoods. And then you come over the top and you're at Trillium Falls. Which is really quite scenic. This maple tree right here, we've been here when the leaves are turning color, or even in the spring when they're getting green and the sun shines through them. It's fantastic. And here we are in November. All that's left is the moss. There's a beautiful little waterfall. So just coming here and going back is a nice short little hike, but this goes on for a good 2 miles more up in the woods here, and the woods change into several different kinds of wooded landscape, and so it's a very enjoyable hike, and it's pretty easy. So we've been climbing for a while over here. We can hear the highway. We're still on that side of the hill. Eventually we'll get to the other side. But it's really nice, mossy. Moss is the theme here. Okay.
Okay, I wanted to point something out too, that November we haven't had a whole lot of rain, but the trail's pretty gooey. We've come here when it's rained a lot, and it's a pain. It's pretty muddy and bad. That's why we're working on getting some new hiking shoes.
We're still climbing, and we're still on the highway side of the hill. That kind of bright spot you see down there is Elk Meadow. So we haven't strayed too far, just up. This tree must have fallen over in the recent windstorm. Nice mess. So we've actually encountered a few families out here. So here's a place to pay attention. The sign says trail that way. If you go this way, which looks like a perfectly good trail, seems like it should circle back around.
Yeah, it goes forever.
It adds a couple miles to the trip, and it comes out behind the parking area.
Yeah, don't do it.
So we get into a little different kind of forest over here on this side of the trail, and there's been a lot of windfalls. We did have a big storm recently, and so there's lots of stuff everywhere, but lots of big trees over here.
The trail keepers come through and just kind of move it. They didn't move this one, but they just push it over the side and let it all go back to wherever it's going to go, back to nature. Just rebuild.
So this tree busted up, came across the trail. They cut it out, but does this remind anybody of shake bolts? Wouldn't be the best, but look at this piece of this nice little split right here. Straight grain, beautiful. A little mucky through here. All in all, a pretty easy trail though. A lot of hiking in the Redwoods is climbing over these roots. This trail is not nearly as rooty as some, but they get pretty lumpy. So we're almost to the other end here, back down to the Davison Trail. And this bridge has seen better days, still certainly passable. So we come out to this, and you would think this is the same road, but when we did this, it is not the same road. So here we are back to the Davison Trail. This bridge over here is a great elk viewing area when there's elk out here. It's at the south end of the elk meadow, and to our right is of course the trail back to the parking lot. And we've almost completed our trek for the day. All right, so we made it back to the parking lot slash picnic area slash bathrooms. It's a 3-mile hike. There is some uphill, but there's a lot of benches, places to sit, and I think it's fairly easy hike. It's moderately easy. It can tend to be a little bit wet, a little bit muddy in places, but really I'm up here in tennis shoes. It hasn't rained for a week, so that's probably helps, and there's been a lot of leaves falling over top of the mud, which probably helped a lot. But it's a really enjoyable little hike. My memory had you know how great my memory is at this age. It had this trail going around the backside of the hill, so you didn't hear the highway, but that is absolutely not true. We were never out of hearing range of the highway, so that's something to take into consideration. But there are things on this trail that you just won't see anywhere else, so that's great too. So there you have it. Thank you for watching Two Cooks in the Forest, and enjoy your hike.